Hi, and welcome back for video number 7 of the home buyer transaction series. Today we're going to talk about what happens when you submit an offer. So in Illinois, our real estate contract is 13 pages long. When you write the offer, you write it on the real estate contract, and when it has only the buyer's initials and signatures, it is only an offer. Once it is returned back to you with the seller's signatures on it as well, now it's a contract. Generally, there's 3 things that the seller can do when they receive that offer. They can either accept it the way it is, they can decline it completely and say that they don't even want to work with it, or they can counteroffer. Of those 3 things, the most common is going to be a counteroffer. I would say the exception to that rule is in a multiple offer situation. A lot of times in a multiple offer situation, there may not be a counteroffer, or maybe there will be, but it's just less likely. Usually with a multiple offer situation, one of those offers is really, really close to perfect or what they wanted, maybe even more than what they hoped for, and so then they might move forward. And we will talk more about multiple offers in the next video. But today, I want to talk about the counteroffer. Counteroffer can be a few things. They might want to change the closing date. Maybe the seller needs more time or less time to go ahead and relieve themselves of the responsibility of the home, meaning maybe they need to move and they need to figure out where they're going, so they need more time to figure that out now that they have an offer on their home. Or maybe it's a vacant home and they don't want to pay an extra mortgage, and so they're really hoping you can close earlier. It may be things like the price. Maybe what you offered after pulling comps with your realtor was not what they were hoping to get for the home. The cool thing about this is that the appraisal is going to help decide if it was a fair price in the first place, so it's not like you're really going to overpay for the home. They can negotiate things like how much earnest money you're giving, or if there's any kind of seller concessions or things like that. And so you kind of may go back and forth a couple times on that, and it's probably one of the more stressful times during the entire transaction, because you found this home and you really love it and you really want it, and now it's just getting the seller's needs met and your needs met to the best of both people's ability before you can actually move forward with the transaction. In this period of time, all you can do is take a deep breath, and so there is no required amount of time for them to get back to you. Generally, everybody's pretty respectful and pretty quick to reply within 24 to 48 hours, but it can take longer, and it's always going to be based on different circumstances. You know, sometimes maybe the seller's out of town or something. And so the most important thing about everything through this transaction is simply the communication. Your communication with your agent's communication with the other side, meaning the other agent and their seller, and then their communication back to you about where things are at and what we can expect as a time frame. When my clients submit an offer, one of the first things I do is, before we even write the offer, I want to know if there's other offers on the table so that we can submit a compelling offer. I also want to know up front if there's anything other than price that's important to the seller. Obviously, if we can save some hassle and some stress for everybody by knowing that they need a certain close date or that they have a certain preference up front, it's really, really helpful to write that into your offer, especially if you're going to be in a multiple offer situation. And then also from there, it's another really important thing is getting communication from the seller's agent. So when I send an offer over, they already know what's coming. Usually I've already spoken to them. And then from there, I just want to know, hey, when are you planning on presenting this? You know, and sometimes maybe the seller needs a day to think about it, or, you know, whatever it is that they may need, but at least I know when it's been presented, and I can let my client know that, and I can have an idea of when we're planning on hearing back. It really helps ease some of the tension and the stress in an already kind of stressful situation. So I hope that was helpful. Like I said, next time we'll talk more about multiple offers, and I'm super excited to do that one as well. Bye.